Breaking news. Two National Guard members shot in an ambush blocks away from the White House. They are now in critical condition in the hospital. Welcome to the Fox 11 News at 5 simulcast on our sister station Fox 11 Plus. I'm Christine Devine. With reaction, President Trump is now requesting more National Guard troops be sent to Washington, D.C. Fox's Caroline Shively is near that shooting scene and joins us live with the latest on breaking news. Caroline.
Good evening, Christine. Sources tell Fox the accused shooter was a man who came here from Afghanistan under a humanitarian parole program in 2021. However, he overstayed his visa. That visa expired in September of this year. Those sources say the man's address was in Washington state. The injured Guard members at last word are in local hospitals in critical condition. One man and one woman shot on the street. A massive police response in the nation's capital after two members of the National Guard were critically injured. The victims were from West Virginia.
These National Guardsmen are heroes, and we must pray for their safety and their speedy recovery.
The shooting happened in the Farragut Square area, roughly 2 blocks from the White House. D.C. Metro Police say the area is now secure with one suspect in custody.
This is a targeted shooting. One individual who appeared to target these guardsmen, that individual has been taken into custody.
Shortly after the incident, President Trump, who is in Florida, took to social media calling the suspect an animal who will, quote, pay a very steep price. Vice President J.D. Vance, visiting with troops at Fort Campbell, also weighed in.
It's a somber reminder that soldiers, whether they're active duty, reserve, or National Guard, our soldiers are the sword and the shield of the United States of America.
The shooting came a week after a federal judge ordered an end to the National Guard deployment in the D.C. area. There are about 2,200 troops deployed in the city. Their presence has been contentious, fueling debate over President Trump's use of military force to address crime in major cities. That order to withdraw National Guard members from the streets of D.C. is now on hold to give the Trump administration time to appeal that order. And in fact, this afternoon, President Trump ordered another 500 National Guard members to come patrol the streets of D.C. Christine?
Caroline, information is coming and changing in this story. Initially, there was word that the two guardsmen had died. You're saying now it's a man and a woman in critical condition. Of course, prayers for them and their families. What more can you tell us?
Yes, that information, that erroneous information that the two had died originally came from West Virginia's governor. He said there was conflicting reports coming from the ground here in D.C. However, at last report, that was a few hours ago, we are told they are still fighting for their lives in local hospitals.
All right, thoughts, of course, are with them. Thank you for the update there. Governor Newsom posting this to X: there must be zero tolerance for violence of any kind against the brave men and women in uniform who selflessly serve our communities and our country. The shooting of National Guard members in Washington, D.C. is horrific and unacceptable.